just be very, very crucial. Fnatic continuing this pressure. Spirit staying down bottom to try to slow down Envy's farm. Maybe they're going to go from here on the range creep.
So if they can get away with this again, they look very, very precautious. They don't want to dive on this. They're being incredibly careful with this play.
Starting to go behind here now. Look at mid 2. Viper gets surrounded.
I mean, now at least they'll know Fnatic are entirely mid.
But they have TPs, you know, it's like...
Sure. This is just a lot of time that Spirit have put a lot of attention
really
on. It's not really achieving much at all.
Abed's level 12 now.
Oh boy. Yes, he is indeed. He really, really is.
They saw FNG going to place this deep ward too with the defensive ward they had placed, so they're going to have an idea that this is happening here. And they actually see him with the courier fly over. They're going to put it on top of him.
No.
See ya, FNG.
Poor old FNG.
Give some respect. Oh wait, he's actually...
Where have they got the damage?
It might be... Well, no, I think he should actually live.
He should live. Yeah, he's living.
Yeah, he's going to live.
He's living.
No,
no, he's not. Just testing you.
It was quite a lot of damage that he did too.
It was a lot of damage. We'll say it was close.
He also purified himself when he got back to the base too, so... It took a little bit more.
Interesting here from Abed, but I mean, he's got so much money. He's got the Oblivion stuff, but he's actually gone and queued up the Yules rather than finishing off the Orchid, so...
It might just be the second item.
I mean, he might still go, as you say, because he's 7 at the moment, he might still just finish off the Orchid.
But he still wants a Yules anyway versus
Axe. Oh, of course.
You always want to get a Yules on your team versus an Axe.
And I can kind of respect the fact that he may want to sort of get it before finishing it, just to make sure that he doesn't feed his life away. He's worth a lot of money. If they kill the Quap, that's a big boost to Spirit. He really can't afford to die this game.
Yeah, he's going for it first. Yeah, he's going for Yules.
Yeah, make sure that he doesn't feed. It's a smart play. He's a safe player.
He pretty much has it done anyway, right?
Yeah, he's got so much, but he's so farmed at 7.6k on the Quap.
They're definitely feeling, the comfort. They know that they're ahead in this game. They've taken towers. They've got Envy farming decently. He's recovered pretty damn well. Hunt's coming out.
They're actually fighting underneath the shrine here, Envy. He's got it straight away, and he's falling low. He's got the backup of DJ, comes in with the Burrow Strike. Envy's still alive for now. TP in from Phobos. Can he chase this one down? We'll get the call onto the Darkseer, but look who's turned up. Abed gets the Sonic Wave onto Biver, jumps forward with the screen, bursts down 1, and now turns towards Phobos as well. 2 down so far on Spirit. Blinky and Abed takes down the Axe. 3 heroes gone on Spirit.
You see the Universe, he stood on top of the TP2 coming from Phobos, so with the Ion Shell, it looked like Phobos was trying to do like a Shift Q Blink. Gets instantly cancelled.
6k gold lead for Fnatic. This is back on sort of the Fnatic form that we saw from them in Game 1. Yeah. Game 2 certainly seemed to have caught them by surprise. It looked absolute. It didn't look great at all from Fnatic. And this is what we see. Sometimes Fnatic have questionable games. Sometimes they have games of brilliance. And Game 3 looks to be back on with Game 1. The level of play that Fnatic need to bring to this major to get those points that they're desperately after. This is, if they can sort of bang out these performances consistently, this is an incredibly scary team.
As long as, I don't know, I'll be totally honest, and I don't want to sound like a hater to it, but I don't like them when they play the Viper. I really don't. I like them so much better when they have Linus. They look so much more
I don't think, is there any team that anyone likes if they play the Viper? Viper is just one of those, is there a hit team that you would say if they pick a Viper, like, well, they've won? Like, is there
the only player that I like?
Who's the scariest Viper player?
Shout out to Tomato. There you go, Tomato Viper, baby. There you go.
Okay, I'll go with you that one.
Tomato and
Tomato Viper.
Oh, there's definitely another one. It'll come to my head because there's some Vipers that farm a lot. I think No One sometimes also his Viper can be pretty beast, but I like seeing other heroes. I like seeing him on any other hero better. So, but yeah, like this lineup, like you can see the comfort. They've got ways to push out lanes. This Darkseer, this Sanking, always constantly like giving information on the map by keeping those waves pushed in. I'll say shove lanes. There you go, Will. And it's giving Envy so much space to farm up. He's getting close to that relic.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's he looking at the moment on the gold? He's 3k gold towards that relic.
Yep.
Kaya is now done for G, so we will see, can G somehow just manage to have some sort of an impact on this game, despite the incredibly tough time he had in that mid lane against Abed's Queen of PaiN.
It is looking very difficult.
He's 0-2-1, of course, for the moment. He's just been unable to get himself in. And a stun from DJ, and he will get bursted down immediately. It's so scary for him in these fights.
He can do some okay damage, but yeah, he's very squishy. 970 HP. Has the defusal finished now? What can they make of it? They're positioned down bottom, but it is being watched this whole time by a ward. And Phobos hasn't been able to find anything with the blink, so they're smoking up, they're looking to force it. Because he's actually been showing himself in the lane. He's been the one actually having to defend these lanes, because they're kind of scared. If Storm shows, he's a bit afraid of dying, so I feel like he can't actually show on the map as Phobos gets the call in mid. Universe, and G shows up.
They got him.
There it is. A quick pause into jump and kill Universe.
Some Ancients to be cleared up by DJ. Fine. And Arbed. The zombies are out. And that will push Arbed very close to having the Orchid complete on top of the Yule Scepter here.
I'm trying to click how many there are. Okay, there's 2 more dragons. I think he'll pretty close. He can sell an item because he doesn't have space anyway. So I think he'll pretty much have it. Phobos as well, doing the same thing, farming a triple ancient stack. The X. And Envy does have that. So Fnatic, they're getting all these big timings.
They are. I mean, this is the pace of game that Fnatic like to play. It really is very similar to game 1.
Yeah, and
the way that this game is moving onwards.
It's like the Oracle was picked for the lane, right? And now once the game starts to progress, what's the Oracle ulti? How much will it really be able to provide too? Because it's going to be really hard for his positioning. Because Haunt's going to come out and they're going to make Oracle's there. You know, in all those situations.
Yeah. With the Orchid. When it's done on Arbed, it'll be just straight on top of him as soon as they have vision, and there isn't going to be any other sort of save from Spirit.
And their team fight is, like we said, it's quite weak when you look at it in comparison to Fnatic's. DJ comes in top with the Epi. G, they even throw the Sonic Wave on top just in case.
Just in case he gets the chance to get out of there. Again, it's... I don't know, G, he has some tough games, and this, I mean, as we do iterate, it is against Arbed. Arbed, arguably one of the strongest mids here on LAN.
Yep.
He, individually as a player, he just has these games where he just looks absolutely unbeatable.
Especially on his
in certain matchups. And this was a favorable matchup.
Yeah, it's a favorable matchup.
It was a favorable matchup for the Quad.
And he loves the Queen. He absolutely loves the Queen. They see Phobos farming in mid lane.
Trying to open up onto him. Mystic Flare will be dropped down, but they're able to get themselves out the side of it. So DJ dodges that one out. Envy pops the horn. He wants to join in.
He wants some last hits.
Arbed
that Radiance
has the vision there with the illusions to find Biver as well. They get 2 out of that play. Fnatic just keeping the momentum, the drive going. As Spirit are just looking a little lost for words. So there's very little they can do to sort of react this short. Illidan, he's got the hood, he's got the defusal. But can he really get involved in these fights? It's one stun and a quick burst. There's so much magical coming out, and despite having the hood, he can still very, very easily die.
Yeah, and look at the positioning of the lanes. Constantly, it's Fnatic just using like an Ion Shell and a Creep Wave, pushing it in, a Sanking Burrow Strike to push it in, and then Envy is just on the other side of the map, pushing in the other one.
That's the Radiance, yeah.
You see Spirit, they're all they're trapped on their side of the base, so they're like, we need to try to push out lane somehow, right? So you see Phobos is the one doing that, but when he does that, then there's no ganks happening on the map, because he's the Axe. He is the Blink playmaker. He has to be the one running around, even if the lanes are being pushed in, unfortunately. But then they kind of know it, so it is tough.
And I think it's interesting to see that we sort of over the last few weeks or months, we are seeing Spectre hero that was sort of forgotten. Certain teams are really picking it up. Envy showing us in this series that it's a very scary hero to play against, because despite the pressure you put on it at the start, even that, you know, for a hero that the Radiance timing is pretty important, as long as you're able to sort of pick and choose the right fights, you will always catch up. And as we've seen with Fnatic, they're very good at choosing the times to fight, especially when they do have, obviously, the DJ Sanking on some sort of an initiator and Arbed on these playmaking heroes, that there'll almost certainly be a very high chance that they do find the fights for Envy to get involved to get the Radiance, and then suddenly you've got this very scary hero to deal with. Team Spirit, though, they do get the call on to Arbed.
Email reveal.
Sitting in Pi as well here, they do. They'll get 2 out of this. That's a double for G, but DJ coming in with the counter plays. Found by the Phobos, now getting focused by Envy Universe and DJ. False Promise comes out. FNG trying to get Phobos back to safety. Will be able to blink. Goes for the TP back to base. We'll see if he survives, and he does.
There you go, nice Oracle. They're looking for FNG. They will see him for a second, and he will pay the price. Blink mail reveal though. They got Abed.
Yeah, that was a big play as well for G, getting both of those kills though. Okay. That's what they need to get G sort of back in the game. They get him a huge boost. He's pretty much now got an Orchid complete himself, so he does have sort of that potential to zip in and have that control.
Signs of life. Phobos. Maybe now they get DJ too.
They got a good shot at it. They got the call. Holding him down. Team Spirit.
That's how they have to play. I think this is great by Phobos. Just don't show yourself too much on the map. Keep that threat applied onto Fnatic in all those situations. You know what that one means?
I don't know. I've got to ask chat. I've got to chat with KBBQ for the Chinese memes.
Envy up top. Abed finds in the backlines onto FNG. Envy will use the Haunt as well. Illidan
goes to the TP out, and he's not going to make it. Abed with the Yules. They'll get Illidan as well.
That's, you know, he actually has a couple reasons maybe like that he got the Yules, right? They don't have lots of ways to cancel TPs. They've got the Vacuum and Sandcame Stun. Now they've got Abed too. So ways to save himself, stop the Axe initiation, stop the bees.
And to the Roche pit they go. Is there a chance for a big play? Phobos is around.
With Undying, like I said,
if Phobos can get the call on these. Yeah. Oh, he's in.
Gets only Universe.
Immediately Yule's up though. Now going to be able to send him up in the air. He's got the Blade Mount, but he has to back away. Mystic Flare's going to be dropped down, but Envy cuts his way across the cliffs with the Spectral Dagger. They'll chase down Phobos. It was a good attempt, but the quick fingers from Abed with his Yule Scepter put a stop to what could be a brilliant initiation. Fnatic turn their attention back towards the pit. Spirit will not be able to do anything about this one. Abed getting the Aegis for himself.
Instant Yules, zombie slow, they cannot. Undying loves the Roche pit, especially when you go like the Medallion build, which you tend to. Your Flesh Golem plus Medallion, you kill that Roche very quickly. And you usually stay pretty much full HP because the Tombstone tanks doesn't allow the enemy team to come in there too. And they're continuing to stack Ancients. Fnatic, they're just playing this one very methodically. Seems like we're having a bit of a monitor issue though. They've been pausing a couple times though.
Alright, let's try that. Now some trouble. We should be able to get that sorted as soon as possible. But as it stands, 19-9, 25 minutes in, 8K lead at the moment for Team Fnatic in this very important game. Of course, the loser to go home. End of the road for them, and the winner will continue to the lower bracket. And also the quarterfinals. Sorry, the quarterfinals at the main event. So some smiles there on Fnatic, and understandably some worried faces here from Spirit. They know that they're in the tough position. It's not been a great start to this game.
I imagine Envy must have been smiling. He just purchased the Reaver. He just purchased the Reaver, so.
Yeah, Envy was the one with the big smile that we saw just then. Universe, of course, a man of concentration. Abed as well. Yeah, he's got a bit of a giggle going on. There's Envy. You can see it on his face. He's feeling very happy. I mean, the whole team giggles from DJ and PaiN. I mean, they've been Fnatic. I think they've definitely got reason to feel very, very happy with their sort of overall show coming into this LAN. Yeah, it's definitely looking good for them. A team that as we said, coming into sort of the whole event, them and EG were the ones to watch in terms of can they get the points required to break into that top 8. Fnatic, they definitely have a very strong shot at it here if they can sort of... It's the consistency, which has always been a problem for Fnatic.
I'm looking forward to actually have time to, when I get home, to actually look at more of these games, because I want to see, like, of course, like what influence Aoi has had in comparison to, because, you know, I've seen like a couple things. They're not really, I've seen they're not really that, when they're ahead, they don't go back and farm so much. Like this time, sure, it's, then they have the Spectre and they have like the super late game, but they're applying a lot of pressure, which is great. And their warding game, it seems pretty decent as well. They seem pretty prepared for their teams, which is great. Not taking anything away from Adam, but just it's the different elements, it's different coaches bring in.
Absolutely. There is always going to be sort of that slight different feel and approach when you switch up someone as important as a coach is, as we've come to see with many teams, how much sort of a changing coach can have a huge impact on the way that the teams play the game.
Yeah, I wish I'd actually known before the tournament that they were like a little bit more before, because I would have talked to Aoi a little bit about all this.
I was gonna say, do you not get the inside NA details? You didn't know? You didn't know this change was happening? Maybe.
I knew, but I was not saying.
Yeah.
But
I mean, do you think it is sort of a good fit? There, as you say, well, understandably, the guys on Fnatic, old teammates of Aoi and such. These are people that respect Aoi, and you feel they're going to have a very sort of good work ethic between them.
Yeah, they definitely respect Aoi a lot. I mean, there's some friendship shirts that come in there, and I think also Adam got an opportunity, right? As we saw, he's.
Have we?
Yeah. Well, he didn't say what it is yet, but he said I have an opportunity.
I don't read that sort of press.
Oh, you didn't read that?
No.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, he said he's got. Oh, interesting. Yeah. I'll be looking forward to see what that is.
You know what it is, right?
I think
I'm just teasing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, oh no, they're gonna hate us.
I'm sure it will come out soon. Whatever it is.
It'll come up pretty soon.
It's gonna be exciting to see.
So Spirit, ready to go. So as we said, Fnatic, they were stacking some Ancients. They had a pretty hefty stack coming along there. And they're gonna continue this pressure coming out here.
Let's see. I mean, Spirit. I think as we've seen, they have to look for the action themselves. When they do so, like that movement down into the jungle of Fnatic, it worked out great for them.
It's got to be.
They can still do that, even though they're behind. If they can get the jump, ideally, if they can fight when the Haunt's down, that is sort of the big window.
Or
if they find him on.
Get Envy at the beginning. You get Phobos and the Skywrath. They have to just single him out every single time. Just find him before they get the initiation. But it's like, you know. It's kind of stinks because like Phobos, he's forced to do these kind of things. He has to show himself on the map to push these waves out because they're struggling to do so. But now they might go for a play here anyway. They've got the smoke available. Yeah. I'd imagine they would try to set something up because they do have vision of Envy too. They're making their way over there. If they get this Blink Blade Mail, Envy.
They know he's potentially around. They don't see him at the moment, but they did see him head over to here. Now they've got the info. The ping's coming out. They're heading towards Envy.
Gets the dagger away.
He's already over the tree line indeed. Phobos can't quite jump that far. And already the rest of Fnatic coming in with the counterplay. They know that Spirit were looking for that kill.
Gonna go for their smoke play now.
They've got the high ground here, Fnatic. We're going to see Spirit come up. DJ immediately jumping forward. There's the Horn as well. Sonic Wave comes out, but indeed the call's there. Controlling Arbet. That's going to be Arbet gone once. He has got the Aegis. He's ready for round 2. And Team Spirit, they're having to back away because the Horn, the Radiance damage doing too much overall. They've lost 3. They're probably going to lose 4 as well, as Illidan is not getting himself out of that one.
Oh, they got the perfect call there too, but just too much chaos in the fights coming out from Fnatic. It's like, sure, you get Abed once, you use the BKB before the Aegis, but the rest of the team is full HP. You had to focus everything onto this Queen of PaiN, and that just allows everybody else to excel. DJ just tipping Envy a bunch of times.
That'll be a buyback on Illidan, but indeed, as we saw, just the power of the Haunt, which only just came back off cooldown as well. We'll try and make a bit of a go here onto Envy, but Envy's got the backup of PaiN. And Illidan, understandably not wanting to get too heavy with the commitment there, as he did buy back for this. Cannot afford to go down. They're trying to find DJ up top here with these 2 TPs to the Shrine, but DJ with a quick force and a TP out gets himself away from Spirit. Envy just 100 gold away from having a completed heart on top of his Radiance, 27 minutes in.
And level 22, so that 500 health on top, bam.
That's a beefy Spectre.
That dispersion's gonna be pretty painful if they do actually focus fire him.
I was gonna say, I don't know if they can kill this guy.
No, I don't think so anymore, unless they get everything thrown on him. It still will be quite difficult. I've been seeing more of this, the Abed going for the 650 AoE Shadow Strike. Saw yesterday, I think CCNC had a very good game with that one.
Oh, Fnatic, they find Phobos on the side.
They've Envy. They are not looking to fight this 3,600 HP Spectre with backup.
No, not at all. They will run themselves away. I mean, Phobos has actually come towards DJ. DJ, he's out of there, he's fine. Doesn't call onto Envy. They are bringing the rest in. They've got the Shrine Hill. Can they tackle this Spectre? They've got the Mystic Flare damage coming down. He's still at half health. The rest of the team are watching for the side. Universe comes in. Vacuum, Burrow Strike, bam. 2 gone immediately. You're going to see G try and go into the midst of the fight, but he gets silenced. He gets caught out. Envy does manage to die. They do get Envy out of this. Can they get anything more? The buyback from G. Universe falling low. Sonic Wave is going to be thrown out by Abed. They're trying their best here, Spirit, but they just can't do it. They may have killed Envy, they may have killed Universe, but they lose everything else. A dieback as well on G. They try as hard as they possibly can. They throw everything at them. It just is not enough. They're too far behind.
They had to use everything on Envy, and he still almost survived. They forced a G buyback to get the last hit kills. Ooh. Envy did like 3,800 damage in the fight. Abed did 3,300 damage overall. And the rest of the damage coming out from Spirit was mostly just being thrown onto that Spectre. Envy tread swapped 20 times in that fight. Jesus.
Wow.
Envy and Abed.
That's some fish.
Envy and Abed, 21 and 22.
Look at that.
Tread swaps. And they make their way up. Easily able to claim this Rax. And that was, I mean, that was the buyback from PL earlier, and then the dieback from Storm. So their economy is just completely stopped.
Yeah, 20k difference now. Fnatic.
Experience as well, 20k too.
Those smiles certainly, I'm certainly seeing why they were. They knew that they had this powerless straight away, and they go on top of Biver. Skyrim Mage is gone. They'll turn their attention towards the Axe. TK Phobos will be able to back away with the Blade Mail, but still, Envy just punches into him. The False Promise comes out from FNG, but there'll be FNG going down. The controls there with the Burrow Strike onto Phobos, who get the blink out as he tried to get back towards the fountain and will be able to keep himself alive with that regen, but Illidan dragged back in by the Vacuum. G's trying to commit as he goes in, but they're too tanky on Fnatic. They're standing outside of the fountain at Team Spirit as Team Spirit have to keep themselves back and away. Envy,
they're all just
unkillable.
HP. The Crimson Guard, the sustain.
And this will be almost certainly a second set of racks, maybe more. Spirit, they're holding on understandably as this is their final chance here. This is the end of the line if they don't manage to do something incredible, as Fnatic looking to be on track to moving on here at ESL 1 Birmingham. As a second set of ranks is gone, Phobos tries to jump forward. Immediate Yules is going to be there in response. Phobos has the Blade Mail, but the Vacuum again. Wall as well, follow up by DJ as they come in with the Burrow Strike, Sonic Wave combo. 3 down on Spirit, Phobos to fall as well. G, the last man left standing, but Abed, he's looking to chase. GG is called by Team Spirit. They will be sent home, and Fnatic will move on here at the competition at ESL 1 Birmingham with a bit of what they'll like to forget about the second game, I'm sure. Yeah. Game 1 and 3, it looked very convincing from Fnatic. This team has certainly sorted out, it feels like, a lot of the issues that they've had at past lands.
Yeah, this draft, making it work just perfectly. I mean, the mid lane was absolutely crushed by Abed. The top lane, they actually ended up pretty much winning that lane. As soon as Oracle left, FNG leaves that lane, and then Illidan just getting ran around under the tower over and over again. And we saw in the mid game when Spirit wasn't able to just keep getting these like blink call initiations over and over again by the Axe, because he's forced to push out lanes because of just the nature of the heroes, like the Sanking Darks or all these heroes on Fnatic constantly pushing it in. Spirit just can't find the opportunities to shut Fnatic down at all.
Absolutely not. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Fnatic taking the series 2-1, as we will have to say goodbye to Spirit, but of course, shout out to them for being able to step in at the last minute, and a lot of appreciation for them turning up and certainly showing us some good fun series overall. But this series was not one for them to take, as Fnatic knocking them out and moving onwards here at the Major.
Indeed, thank you very much, Owen and Fog, with the commentary on our opening series of the day. And the DPC chasers continue to chase for DPC points. They're just outside those top 8 positions and have a good chance here of creating themselves some points, and they continue to do so after a bit of a worry, frankly, against Team Spirit. They've put up a good fight, as Owen mentioned. Props to Team Spirit for coming into this at the last minute and performing exceptionally well. Unfortunately, just falling a little bit short in game number 3. Purge and Blitz are here to break things down. Well, it's a good try, isn't it? Let's start with Spirit, because, you know, I want to give them props for the fact that they've turned up very late to this, beaten EG 2-0 very convincingly, and taken Fnatic all the way.
I like their strategies. I think this is a better team than this game showed. I feel like they're pretty diverse. They have a good idea about the game. But, I mean, Fnatic are just the more prepared team. I mean, Abed is Abed. So what am I supposed to say about that?
I mean, credit to you both, because you said to win this game, they're going to have to go off. He's going to have to, the game of his life is what you said. I didn't quite have his game of his life, but 13-1-14 is pretty decent, isn't it?
Dude, he went insane.
Yeah, he did really well. I mean, kills like that Shrine kill, getting a solo kill on the enemy core like that, it just creates so much tempo on the map. And on the opposite side of the map, Spirit didn't have the same capabilities to succeed in that way. Yeah. It has to be like Blink Axe calls into damage follow-up, and Storm doesn't do that super well. Kind of has to focus on ganking, whereas Quap is just a lot better at like ganking while also farming in the meantime.
Yeah, I feel like there's a point where the Storm does get stronger, but like if the Quap gets this farmed early on, it's really hard to stop her because she's so momentum-based. And that's why she's always kind of an unreliable hero in that regard, is that if you at any point stop or you get killed by the Storm, it feels as though it becomes even once again. But Abed was so good in this game at just continuing to flow. There was very few moments where you're just like, man, this guy, he messed up. His spell casting was impeccable. Every single ult felt like it was nailing multiple heroes at once. I don't know, this was, I know you said it wasn't like the performance of a lifetime.
Well, you, said you said he had to have the game of his life, Will.
He went pretty off.
He was close to that then.
I thought he played insane this game.
Yeah.
I thought the Skywrath Axe dual lane didn't do very well either. There's a time where the Undying, which was PaiN, was able to solo kill the Skywrath Mage. If they basically stabilized that lane more or less, and at some point it was just Envy getting right clicks. You get battle hungered and you just get a last hit, no problem. It felt like his lane went fine. He transitioned. The Sky didn't do that much, and then the mid game they just didn't gank enough, which might have just been like them not finding the kills. Is
this one of those typical one game too many with the same heroes?
I mean, it could be that. It could also be like it's been like 2 weeks where teams scrim against this strat so many times that they get a really good feel about how to beat it and how to play against it. It could also be that it was their opener, which happens because people think it's good, and then there's always a swing back where they're like, oh, it's your opener. Well, now I have like 4 picks that I can keep that in mind the whole time. Like, oh, we got to deal with this. We got to deal with this. Yeah. So they were able to do it this game without too much difficulty. They even made the lineup against Oracle easy.
I'm going to get a few more comments from both of you in just a moment, but I'm hearing Sir Action Slacks has found Eternal Envy. Let's hope this time round he can get a few more words out of the winning captain.
Hey, I absolutely will, Red Eye, a consummate professional. I am. Hello, Eternal Envy. Great to see you. Wonderful series. Feeling pretty good after that one, I must assume. Tell me a little bit, though, before we get into it, about Team Spirit. They've had a hell of a run here. You guys have put them out to pasture. What do you think about the team?
I actually think I think the CIS region is actually very underrated right now. I think they have like 4 or 5 teams that are like they're pretty good. Like they're pretty good. Like Fly to Moon. Like I mean, those guys are really good. And yeah, Team Spirit, Vega. They had like 4 players that got top 6 that they eliminated Secret right at TI 5. So I'm sure if they keep going, eventually they'll find something really big.
Speaking of just keep going, and I want to talk to you about Game 2. You had quite a great Viper game, one of the best I've ever seen. Tell me about how that one felt.
I mean, I picked my hero to win the lane, and then literally 1 minute into the lane, I was like, guys, I can't win against Axe. And I was like, all right. And then I was like, I'll just keep playing. And after a game, the discussion literally, I was like, I fucked up my pick, sorry. All right, go Game 3.
Please don't admit that on camera. But anyway, so when you're in that situation, it's a rare situation, especially for you, because you nail it typically. You're 0-10. What do you do? What's your goal in a game when you just know, all right, this is just not working?
I mean, I wanted to be, I just want to bait, because I won't be doing anything useful anyway, so. But like, I don't know, I get called and I die, and then my team does like 2 damage to them. It doesn't really matter. Like, that game was pretty hopeless.
All right, last question for you real quick. Queen of PaiN, at least a noob like me, I had no idea she was going to work so well in Game 3 with Abed. She was amazing. Did you know that was going to happen? Why in particular did you have that lineup?
We wanted something fast mid that could win against Storm. Yeah. And the Queen just the perfect fit.
Cool, sounds good. All right, well, we're going to see a lot more from you guys later. A great performance so far. And Red Eye, what's going to happen next for Fnatic? I guess you guys can tell me.
We can try. What I can tell you is they've advanced to the quarterfinals.